Welcome back. Welcome back. I am bringing back my Sunday lives. Woo woo. And I'm very excited about that. I'm going to give it a second for people to get the notification and join. But if you're in here, interact with this channel, chat with me. Let me know how you're doing. The more traffic I have on this video, the further it will get. And as you guys know, I took a hit on my channel because I had to take a month off last month for my own healing because I went through some pretty traumatic events, which I feel like I've talked about so many times, but not on this channel. So essentially, hey Maria, yeah, I lost a pregnancy at 12 and a half weeks last month. And then shortly after I lost my pregnancy, I discovered some things about my marriage that I was not aware of. And then my marriage ended within days of each other. So yeah, pretty traumatic. Had to take a month off. Had to get back to myself. Had to get a therapist. But you know what? You can't keep a bad bitch down forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back. I'm back. I'm back and I'm feeling good. And now I want to bring my Sunday lives back because you know what? I've always loved doing these, and I actually stopped doing them because I was newly engaged, newly married, and trying to put all my attention where my priorities were. And now I get to come back to you guys because now my priority is here, and it really should have always been here because you guys give me so much support. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Breeze. Thanks, Nicole. Andrea, what's up? Okay, so we got about 52 people in here. I'm going to need more than that, so I'm going to give it a little bit of time. Interact with the channel. So here's how you can help me get back in the algorithm to make sure my YouTube lasts and is sustainable, because I got to have views and traffic in order for this to be sustainable for me. And you guys have done a great job so far sharing my videos, commenting, but comment, blow this chat up the whole time. When it's over, make sure you like the video. Maybe drop a comment there. Share. Subscribe if you haven't. We're going to go all the way through all the zodiac signs today. For those of you who are new to me, on my Sunday lives, I'll go Aries through Pisces in that order. These are just mini readings, just getting a glance at like what's going on with each zodiac sign in the moment. I like to meditate before I get started, and I do have my handy dandy crystal ball here that I will use to meditate with to get any channeled messages as well. So yeah, I'm happy to be back, guys. We are in a year 9 numerology speaking, which is a tough year. I'm not gonna lie. This is a year of change, endings, and transformations. Now that could be positive, that could be negative, depends where you're at karmically. But it's all about setting the stage for the next year. So keep that in mind. We just came out of a retrograde, but we're still in the shadow period. So be careful, because what happens in shadow periods is the past, exes, things of that nature love to come back up to the surface. Be mindful. All right. We just had a new moon in Virgo on the 23rd. That's bringing about more stability, getting you purified, organizing your environment, stabilizing the energy. And now we're going to see collectively, or I should say Aries through Pisces, what each of you can expect. So let me get my cards right. I want to use these cards. I have had a song in my head all day. It's a good song, but I don't know why it's in my head today. Maybe it's for a specific zodiac sign. But it's a song where I kept singing it when I was getting ready. She says, "Tell me I'm a good kisser. Tell me I'm a good kisser." I don't know the artist's name, but she is She's awesome. I like to roller skate to her music. You'd think I would know. If you're gonna tell them everything, tell them I'm a good kisser. Tell them all the things you told me in your desperate whisper. Do you guys know that song? Lake Street Dive. Is that the name of the band or something? Hey, Larissa. I'm glad I helped you for years. Come here, Doc. What's wrong with you? You can hear my dog. Oh, that's the band? Okay. Cool. That has been in my head since I've woken up this morning. So I'm going to listen to it because I'm actually going to roller skate later today. I'm roller skating again. That makes me so happy. And you guys, I've lost 20 pounds. What? I lost 20 pounds in 4 weeks. Yeah. Probably not in the healthiest ways, but who cares? Like, woo. That's weight I needed to lose. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, anyway, sorry. Back to you guys. Back to you. Okay, we've got 70 in here. Don't be afraid to send me a super chat either. I love all the support. I appreciate all of it. If you want to. You don't have to, of course. I'm opening up my private readings. It's $120 for 20 minutes. They're recorded and sent to you. I've already filled most of the slots. I'm only opening up 10 slots. So if you want to be at the top of the list, email me, tarottimewithdana1@gmail.com, and I will get you scheduled. That's my introductory pricing. That pricing may change depending on how much traffic I get. But that's where I'm starting. $120 for 20 minutes. Check me out. Let's get into it. Whoo! I'm going to meditate, and then we're going to go to Aries. If you meditate and you would like me to tap into your exact storyline, close your eyes with me and clear your mind. It may help me pick up on your specific storyline. If not, that's fine. You don't have to. Just chill out, and I'm going to be right back, okay? So I'm going to give it a moment of silence and meditate for my Aries. Okay. Aries, let's get into it. So the first color I saw is red, and then I got the song Red. I don't know if you know what that song is. I also don't know that artist, but I know the song. I see red is what she says. So I don't know, something got you pissed off, Aries, or have you felt a little bit moody, or are you dealing with somebody who is angry, defensive, hard to be around, etc. Because that song, if I recall, is about anger, right? Seeing red. Be careful with your temperament this week, as you may easily be triggered or find yourself triggering others. It's a weird energy right now, so just that's a precaution, right? That doesn't mean that's going to be for all of you. I do have the 10 of Pentacles as your overall energy, though, and I really love this energy. So the 10 of Pentacles to me is the card of support. It is finances. It is a firm foundation off of which you can build upon. I feel like Aries, this may be the focus this week, or the goal, right, is to stabilize your finances in particular, right? Or stabilize your home or the foundation that you're building something off of, whether it's a business or a relationship. This is actually a good omen, by the way, that you're headed in the right direction as far as that goes. But again, be careful with the temperament, you know. Be careful about getting irritable, angry, or defensive. There's a high likelihood or probability of conflict okay? But you don't have to go in that direction. You're in charge of your emotions, right? Then you have the card of understanding and traveling. Ooh, and then slowing down. So this is really positive. The card of understanding. This is a caged bird being let free. You know? I don't know how more simplistic that can be. And it's next to the card of travel. So say you've been restricting yourself from moving or traveling or going on vacation or just simply doing what you want, saying what you want, being who you want. Aries, you're a very autonomous sign. You know, you don't like a lot of restriction. So I feel like you're breaking loose of restrictions, okay? And it's actually freeing you up to go in either new directions or possibly plan travel or actually travel or make some sort of movement here. What's interesting is you have the card of slowing down. So on the flip side of that, Spirit doesn't want you to be impulsive about this. They want you to be smart about this, okay? So sometimes when we are in a process of transformation or breaking loose from things, we want to go fast, fast, fast. And sometimes when we go too fast in the energy, it doesn't line up right. You're not giving it enough time, or you make impulsive decisions that backfire. So also, yes, the energy is loosening up around you, but slow down, make smart decisions. Do not rush into anything right now. Let's get a few cards and see what else. I've got my my doggy in the background. Doc, you okay? All right, Aries, 4 of Cups. Knight of Wands. King of Swords. Whew. So, you know, I feel like with the 4 of Cups here, Aries, you're just going to ignore the bullshit. Honestly, especially if you're irritable or easily triggered, or you're around a person or people that can trigger you, detach. You're detaching, or that's the encouragement. Ignore. Ignore. Do not let people get into your good feeling space, because then you give them power, right? And this is about feeling good. This is about feeling good about yourself. This is about having fun. This is about taking action. This is about getting out. But also being very thoughtful, smart, strategic about how you're doing it. So it's almost like the same message again. Now, the King of Swords is, I could also read this as somebody you're interacting with. It could be that while you're out doing your thing, having fun and detaching, you've got somebody watching you here, paying attention to what you're doing, thinking about you, observing. But if you're doing your own thing and you're staying in your own lane, let them watch. Let them watch. Don't participate, especially if this is a person that is triggering to you or that you're trying to place distance from. But not for all of you. But yeah, you have definitely somebody paying attention. Of course, this could be friend, family, or say like if it's work, a boss is paying attention to like the good work that you're doing. You know, things of that nature, right? Take it as it resonates, but it's air energy, masculine energy. But let's see what the guidance is. We're going to jump to the next sign. Somehow I got my cards mixed up over here. And that song is still in my head. I cannot stop singing that song today. You know, I wake up with the song in my head every day. And the song in my head usually matches somewhat of like the energy that day. Okay, you have the card of Believe. The force that works through your soul determines what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all, who you actually are is the power of the belief in yourself. There you go. Okay. Taurus. Taurus, 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 Taurus. You are next. Okay, Taurus. Okay. I felt very calm and soothing energy there. And I also kept seeing images of water. So I don't know if you want to be by a body of water, or you're going out on the water, or you're next to water, or maybe you just need more water. I don't know. I find water to be incredibly soothing to be around, whether it be a lake or a pool or whatever. I don't care. Water is healing, and your body is comprised of mostly water, by the way. So the more water you can drink, the better for your body and your spiritual connection. But yeah, that's what I was getting. But let's see what cards you have. You have the Two of Pentacles here, Taurus. So this is juggling. This is going back and forth. This is having two options available to you, but it's a sense of also indecision. It's a sense of not always knowing, you know, what is priority right now and what you can put on the back burner. But I feel like you're going to figure this out. Like, you're going to sift through this energy, Taurus. I don't feel that this is lasting energy, but let's see what this is about. Okay. So what they're highlighting right now is group activity, groups of friends, people you work with, possibly, things of that nature, your family. But it's group activity that's being highlighted. It's a reminder to you as well, Taurus, that, you know, although we seem separate, we're in separate bodies from each other, right? And it seems like there is separation there. On an energetic, spiritual level, we are all connected, and there is no separation, not between you, not between me, not between anyone you come into contact with, and definitely no separation between you and God. So I'm telling you all of that because you always need to keep in mind that how you treat and think and feel about others will reflect back onto you, because it is you. Everything you're coming into contact with on a spiritual, energetic level is you. So, you know, you want to always treat people with integrity and honesty and the way that you want to be respected, right? And I think for the most part, especially if you're watching this channel, you high vibing already. You already got that moral compass in place, or you probably would not be watching this channel. But there's a sense of connectivity showing up and connection, all right? They're also highlighting your social network. You also have the same message as Aries to slow down. Take your time. Don't rush any decisions. Don't rush anything at work. Don't rush in general right now. Take your time. You also have the card of creativity. And look how colorful these are, right? So creativity, if you have a creative pursuit, something that really makes you happy, and it doesn't have to be like a hobby or a talent or work related, although it certainly could be, that if it is related to that, that could pan out for you in a big way if you believe in yourself and what you're doing. But say it's just like, you know, reading your favorite book, painting, sitting by a body of water. That's creative. That opens you up spiritually. That's good for you, okay? So it might help you to slow down, take some time to yourself, tap into your creative self, and connect yourself, right, with the people that are meaningful to you, that you easily connect with. You may have a very large supportive network of people or non-physical energy around you right now, Taurus. Let's see. Queen of Wands. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Three of Pentacles. All right, what's the Seven of Swords? Okay, this is an interesting twist. I'm going to get to this piece in a minute. We're going to hold off on this piece. But I have to say this because this is the first thing that came to me. Don't let somebody come in between you and another person. Because the first thing I got when this popped out is that there is a sense of meddling or somebody trying to drive a wedge or come in between you and another person. This could be in work. This could be in family. This could be in relationships. I don't really know. There's a large group of you, but that is the very first thing that I got. So I want to say that. The Queen of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. This again is highlighting your creative self. You know, surrounding yourself with your supportive network. Okay. Lots of movement forward here. Could be lots of communication going on this week, or you're learning a lot of things, or just a lot of back and forth in the energy. This is very busy energy, but it's productive at the same time, and it's motivating. It's inspiring. But yet there's something or someone here that can disrupt that. What's up with that? That's why I said don't let another person either disrupt your flow or come in between, like something you're trying to achieve for yourself, or come in between you and another person. Because, okay, here's one of the things I'm learning how to do now that I'm in my healing journey. I'm just going to say what I feel. I heard this is a low-life motherfucker. I couldn't say the full MFer word. If you got a sketchy-ass person, sorry. That's what I heard. Or a low-life MFer here. Because I don't like this card. And I don't feel this is you. But keep it real. Because sometimes it is. But I don't think so. But it could be. I think that you've got a real sketchy-ass person here that is somewhat in hiding, or hiding themselves, or hiding the truth, or, you know, at a distance possibly. And who cares? You just need to let it go. They need to let go of whatever this is. If it's a grudge, if it's, well, I don't know what this is. But it can only disrupt your life, your flow, if you let it. So be careful about who you're inviting into your space during this time. If they're giving you sketchy vibes, pay attention to that, Taurus. And keep your moral compass intact. You can't dictate other people's moral compass, but you can always dictate your own. And that's my advice to you. So let's see what the advice cards have to say, and then we'll go to Gemini. You have the card of love. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you're worthy of receiving just as much as you are of giving love. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it's equally a form of energy that will propel you through this life. Be open to receiving. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't say for Aries what zodiac signs I saw, but if somebody could put that in the comments. I'll tell you what I see here, Taurus. I see Sagittarius energy, Leo, Aries, and Virgo energy, and Pisces, as well as Capricorn That could be in your chart or the chart of the person or people you're dealing with. All right. Aw, thank you, Spiritual Journey. I can't believe you're watching me from Belgium. That's really cool. Yeah, guys, thank you for commenting. But I always love to know, where are you watching me from? Where are you at? It's always cool to know. All right, we're going to go to Gemini now. Gemini. Okay, a few different messages there. The first thing I saw, and this is going to sound bizarre, but again, the new me, I'm not holding shit back. I saw the Square app. Do you guys know what that is? The Square, you can run credit cards through it. Usually entrepreneurs have that for their phone. I don't know if I'm connecting with Geminis who are entrepreneurs or, you know, are looking to pursue something like that. Or maybe it's just a message about finances in general. It's hard to tell for me. Take it or leave it. And then right at the end, when I was coming out of the meditation, I started to get a song. It's J-Lo. And it was the song is Don't Be Fooled by the Rocks That I've Got. I'm Still Jenny from the Block. So I don't know if you relate to that song or that era, or it's just a testament to Gemini, like, I'm still that bitch, you know, or I'm still that man, that guy, if you're a man, whatever, you know, like representing your background, your history, your tradition, something of that nature. Or maybe you just like that song, or maybe you're randomly, I don't know. Take it or leave it, okay? So let's get into it and see what cards we get out. Let's get into it and see. Barcelona. Cool. Washington State. Barcelona. That's awesome. Sorry. Gemini, you have the devil here. This is Capricorn energy. You could have Capricorn in your chart, be dealing with one. But the thing about Capricorn energy, to bring it back to that entrepreneurship vibe, Capricorns are all about business. They're all about that business. Right? So some of you definitely, you know, might be all about business right now. But it also talks about, on the flip side of that, the need for freedom, to break loose from things that are holding you back, whether that be your own beliefs about yourself that are holding you back, or possibly toxic environments, relationships, you know, things that you're dealing with. Needing to break loose energetically speaking, right, from that surrounding, possibly. But we shall see and go a little bit deeper. You have the card of friendliness, the card of ripeness. Now that song is in my head. And the rebel. Ooh, nice. So I want to start with the rebel, because look at this. This is, see how they're breaking the chains that bind them? This is your true nature, Gemini. Listen, Gemini, I'm not saying you can't be somebody who is grounded and committed and whatever. It depends on your full birth chart. But typically, air energy, especially Gemini energy, values freedom and independence more than anything. You know, and if something or someone starts to feel like they're impeding on that, you might break loose of that. You might rebel, you know, or you might feel that urge, right, to rebel, to do something on your own, to have something for yourself on your own, right? You have the card of ripeness and friendliness. So it's also highlighting your friend circle, friendships coming into the picture, old and new. And then also this card talks about divine timing. And I got the Lizzo song, just the one lyric. It's about that time. It's about damn time. So something in the area of friendship or business might be ripening, and divine timing is here. And so you might see movement, growth, or something of that nature going on there. All right. So let's go a little bit further. Let's go. The Hermit. The Hangman. Yeah, I can't get away from that song. It's about damn time. In a minute, I'm gonna lean in. What did she say? In a minute. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know that song. It's Lizzo. Because you have divine timing here as well. You're seeing something from a different perspective. There's a lot of self-reflection going on here. This is like diving deep, right? And seeing something differently. And I feel for the first time, right? And it's about damn time, right? So this has been something that's been on the way to you, energetically speaking, for a while. Or maybe you've been trying to figure something out for a while, and then ding, you figure it out because it's about time, because it's divine timing. But then, right on the heels of that, it confuses you again. You get stuck in your head. You second guess. You stress. You overthink. What is this? What is this? What are you doing to yourself here? Listen, if you have an intuitive nudge about a person or a situation or whatever, a place, don't second guess that. Because usually your gut is right, but then when you start incorporating maybe another person's point of view or other data from other sources, it becomes confusing. And then you find yourself in this place of indecisiveness or confusion or stress, because now you don't know if your gut's right or the other person or this person or this, and this, and this, and this. And then nothing moves. You stay stagnant. Some of you have been stuck because of this type of energy, right? And it may be making you want to rebel. So there is a sense of like learning something new here. And then it's like, I knew it. And then it's like, wait a second. Is that the truth? And it's like, no, you already knew what the truth was. What are you doing? What are you doing here? I need to know what you're doing. One card on that. The Two of Swords. What the what? Okay, so there might be some confusing news or information or communication coming through that you're learning about. And in a weird way, it's like, I don't know if it makes you happy or like it feels like, that's the truth or something like that. Or like, oh, I get it. You know, like I finally figured out how to go about something or what to do, or figured out that person or that situation, whatever this is. And then almost immediately after that, there's a sense of doubt. There's a sense of stress or a disconnection or not trusting what you've heard And it could be that the reason you're thrown off is because you're getting different information from different people and you're sensing that something is off here, and it is off. It is off. So what do? Go back to your intuitive nudge. What did your first intuitive nudge tell you? Because that's likely right. Listen, this year 9 is going to teach all my empaths and the people who dwell in the light to never, ever question your intuition. Especially, do not let people who do not dwell in the light get into that head. No, 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 no. No. This is year 9. This is where we learn lessons this year. Okay? So, you are not alone. This is your card here. We are here for you. We have never left through all the sadness and loneliness. However, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, your friends, your guides, and those that have passed over. You will never walk alone. We walk right beside you. Pay attention and listen to us. So you have non-physical spiritual support showing up. For some of you, this is crossed over loved ones. For others of you, this is your spirit guide showing up, and they're speaking to you through your intuition. Do not ignore that. All right? Signs you could be dealing with, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Cancerian energy. Those are the dominant signs, but that could not be. It's a general reading. Take what resonates. And let's go to Cancer. Cancer. Hey, Blue Moon. Thank you. Thank you for your condolences and thank you for your well wishes. Appreciate that. I have 133 people in here and only 81 likes. Like the video. Help me out. Like. Everybody stop and like the video if you're watching the video, please. Help get me traffic back to this page so I can continue reading for y'all. Like. Not just send hearts, like go out of the live chat and actually like the video. Thank you. All right, 96. Woo! You guys are awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. I feel good. Thank you. Okay, who was I going on? Cancer. I'll be right back. Okay, that was fast. I got extremely shaky when I went into the Cancer energy. So that could be, anxiety. That could be just needing to take rest or better care. Or you could have something going on that strikes a nerve in you, possibly. Because I also got the song Muddy Waters by LP. So something's muddying the water here, or you could be connecting with somebody who is coming into this energy with that type of nature, right? But there's something not quite clear, I feel, whether it's in your vessel or something you're dealing with, and we're going to see what that is. And that's an awesome song, by the way, Muddy Waters. It's a very witchy song, and I love it. Yeah, there it is. The Two of Swords. Uncertainty. Uncertainty. That's why I felt a shake in the energy, because there's uncertainty here. There's something unknown, or a sense of feeling like you don't know, possibly, you know, what's going on with something or somebody, or with yourself, or, you know, like it's sometimes the Two of Swords is, you know, having trouble figuring out the truth of something, or figuring out your own truth, what you want, how you feel, things of that nature. It's a shaky energy, right? So let's go further. Ooh, who got this card? That's it. Aries did get this card as well. Existence. Okay, sorry, the rest of the lyrics are coming through. She says, what you see is the worst me, but I am not the last of my kind. What the heck? Some of you are out here questioning your existence, or like, what is going on? Or there's a lot of doubt possibly coming through. And yet there's this feeling of wanting freedom, of wanting to break free. If it's not as deep as like questioning existence, it could be like the sense of like, what am I doing here? Whether that's like in a job or in a relationship or in an experience, you may catch yourself like, why am I entertaining this? What am I doing here? That type of vibe. You have two cards about being patient and tuning in and tuning out the negative energy and just paying attention to taking care of self and nurturing self. This also highlights your physical health. And physical health is a direct derivative from the thoughts that you think. Your thoughts, not necessarily the content, like what you're thinking about, but the vibration attached to them. So say you're thinking a lot of fear-based thoughts or lower level based thoughts, right? That your cells then cannot receive enough light energy to keep you feeling vital, and so you'll feel lethargic. That's why people with depression can't get out of bed, because the thoughts that they're thinking is preventing the light energy. And that's why people with depression and other mental disorders tend to have bad physical health, because it's all tied together, right? But your body can heal itself from any ailment, and Jesus spoke of this, if you're able to change the thought and come into alignment with your source, which requires meditation. It requires paying attention to the content you're watching and the conversations you're having. It requires for you to see the good in yourself and others, to calm and soothe your mind, to point towards the things you like instead of dwell on the things you don't like. And when you're able to do that, you will feel vital, you will feel energetic, you will feel alive, and your physical health will improve. Because it begins in the mind. It begins in the mind. Like when you meditate and you quiet your mind, meaning you're thinking no thought. I don't want to say no thought, because you're always kind of thinking something. If you're awake and alive, you're thinking. But you're calming, we'll say that, quieting the thought. You actually give your body a chance to fuel light energy through it, and your cells will open up and they'll begin to repair themselves. Yeah. Some of you are depressed, or you're in a period of isolation, or you're trying your best to not go into that space, right? Some of you are trying to isolate yourself to protect yourself or protect your energy. But I get a sense of like overwhelmment here. So if you start feeling overwhelmed, Cancer, remove yourself temporarily, energetically, or in your mind from whatever it is that feels overwhelming to you, to give yourself a breather. Do breath work, walk outside, leave a situation. Take time to yourself, but productive time, not lonely time. There's a difference between being alone and versus being lonely. There's a huge vibrational difference between those two things, right? So you want that quality alone time where you're fueling good thoughts about yourself, you know, being your best friend, giving your mind a rest. Ah! It's that MFer again. Seven of Swords. Who got the Seven of Swords? Taurus. If you have Taurus in your chart, they got a similar thing that you got over here. But let's focus on these cards. Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and receiving. This is about being open to the universe. This is about reciprocation. The Ace of Wands is about inspiration, motivation. It's also very attractive in nature, energy. Temperance. This is alchemy. This is standing on your own 2 feet. This is knowing your worth. This is knowing who the F you are. This is getting fired up about what you offer and what you bring, and then stabilizing your energy. And that's kind of the place you need to go into, you know, to get you out of the Two of Swords, to get you out of this feeling of uncertainty. You first got to know yourself, value self, love self, fire yourself up. You know what I mean? Get into that ego a little bit and be your best cheerleader, that type of stuff, right? Because there's something weird going on over here. You could have a shisty friend, by the way. Careful. If there's a new connection coming into your life, or a renewed connection coming in that feels off to you, or it's a little shady, or it's a little shisty, or there's something you don't really trust about it, just like I said in the Taurus reading, listen to your intuition. And just like I said in the Gemini reading, if it feels off, it is. Entertain it from a distance, or do not entertain it at all. If you feel like somebody's pretending nice, whether at work or friendship or intimate, pretend nice is what I'm getting, like fake nice, that type of stuff. Do not trust that. Like if you feel it's fake, it's fake. And now I'm getting the song F Fake Friends. I don't know who sings that. But again, it doesn't have to be a friend. It could be like somebody you're working with and you're like, eh. They're like, hey, you want to go out after work? And you're like, no, I only pretend like you. You might be the one faking it. You know, because you have to, because like it's proper, right? And then they're like, oh, let's hang out later. And you're like, probably not. But take it how it's resonating with you. Like they're like, I'll call you later. And you're like, yeah, I won't answer, but cool. Call me. Let's see what the guidance says. You're not alone. We are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we're sending. We are your family, your friends, and your guides. You will never walk alone. We are right beside you. Same exact card Gemini got. You could be on the cusp of Gemini or connecting with Gemini. This is reminding you that you have non-spiritual support with you, whether that's from past over loved ones or your spirit guides, and of course, always source. So you can bank on that. You can bank on that being a real, true connection and no fakeness around that, okay? So you could be dealing with Sagittarius, Pisces, Taurus. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but again, it's general. So could be any sign. Take what resonates. Okay, Leo. Leo. Hi, Jessica. Hello. And my dog is out. Can you see him? He's snoring. He feels very comfy right now. Thank you, Janessa. All right. Leo. Okay. I should know this, but I don't. What is the zodiac sign that has the two lines that go like this, that face away from each other? What sign is that? I'm gonna wait. I know you guys know which one it is. Pisces. Are you dealing with the Pisces? No. Yes. Aaron just put it. It's Pisces. That's the symbol I saw in my head. Okay. Or you could have Pisces in your chart. But take it or leave it. I specifically saw that sign. Or you could be dealing with the Pisces this upcoming week. Keep that in mind. Or Piscean energy. What is Piscean energy? It is emotional, it is spiritual, it is sometimes passive, or passive aggressive. And Pisces, I'm not saying that to be mean, but you know, if you know, you know. Sometimes it can be intuitive and sometimes it could be secretive. Okay, so that type of vibe, the moon type energy right there. And I also saw the infinity symbol, this symbol. Well, these are my children here, but usually there's no break in the line. So infinity is eternity. It is a repeated pattern as well. It could be that you're noticing repeated patterns here and it's time to break a pattern or break a cycle or a generational cycle, things of that nature. So, yeah. Let's see. For Leo, I wasn't ready. For Leo. Here we go. The Tower. Damn. Well, Leo, what did you expect? And the reason I say that is because I think you expected the Tower. I think you knew something didn't add up and it was going to fall and now it's falling. Okay? That Leo intuition, right? Because I always see the Tower as unexpected, but I actually feel like this is expected from you, Leo. Like it is, but it isn't. It's like you saw the pattern. You're seeing the patterning of something and you know exactly where it's headed. It may not even have headed there quite yet. Some of you, yes, it has already. But it's like you saw it coming from a mile away because you recognize patterns, that type of vibe, right? Now, this Tower is about enlightenment. It's about seeing the truth. It's about false foundations falling, false facades falling, anything that was built on anything false failing, okay? And actually, I get this not so much happening to you, although it could be. It could be that you're going through your own, like, dark night of the soul or change or transformation here. But I feel like for a good group of you, this is an observation You're on the observing side, right? Not necessarily the one living it, but it'll be different, right? Because there's lots of you here. It's also Scorpio energy. So let's see. Oh, the missing puzzle piece. Integrating what you know. Breaking loose. Okay, Leo. If you have felt crazy, like something ain't adding up, you're about to get that final missing puzzle piece. And it's about to add up. You know what I mean? Like this to me is like, this is a stretch. Like something feeling like a stretch. Okay? And then getting the missing piece of information. There's this message here about integrating then this missing puzzle piece, taking that new information, new insight, new clarity, whatever this tower is bringing to you, and incorporating it into what you already know. And then freeing yourself, right? Rebelling. You have the card of rebel. Freeing yourself from something, someone, an experience, a situation. People are so afraid of the tower, and I just had 3 back-to-back towers within days. And I'll tell you, it was extremely uncomfortable. It almost destroyed my mental health, but I got through it. And you're a Leo, right? So Leo, you're strong and you're a survivor, right? But when you get to the other side of the tower, when you start the healing journey, right? Everything becomes so much clearer at that point. And then everything slowly begins to improve. And then you start to realize the tower took away things that were actually not good for you. You know? And maybe you couldn't see it. Because sometimes we're blinded by what we want or what we want to see that we're not seeing. But you could promise yourself, Source always sees, even when you don't. And so if you've had a tower moment or some like epiphany or realization or something breaks down in your life, it's for your best good. It's for your highest good. It's for your highest good. It don't feel like it in the moment. Certainly didn't feel like it to me. I felt like I was being punished, right? But hindsight is 20/20. So what does the hindsight say? You got to give it time to see that part, okay? So you have Temperance, the 7 of Cups, the Page of Wands, come on, the Hierophant. Yeah, so some of you, it's about alchemizing your energy. Doc, are you okay? Over there. This is about alchemizing your energy, and yet there's confusion of here because the 7 of Cups is it's like not being able to know what the right choice is or how you feel about something. And you know, you can see Temperance as the 2 of Pentacles here, so it's like going back and forth here. And then I see this card as like a fuck it moment, excuse my language. But this is like, I don't care anymore. You know, it's like, I'm just gonna have fun anyways. Or you know, she's throwing the baton in the air, right? Like, I could kill myself going back and forth and trying to figure something out, or I could just go live my life. I could go have fun. I could go do my own thing and know that I'm on the right side of this, or know that my spirit is going to guide me, that my emotional guidance system has got me, that I'm on my path. I'm on my path. You're never off your path, by the way. No. Not even when it feels bad. You're never off your path. But this is like going more towards your good feeling path. You know what I mean? And just letting it be what it is almost. Like, it is what it is. So let me go be me type of thing. Guidance. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely, angry, or worried, or even disappointed. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and others, as you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships, you train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires, and then your perfect mate must come into your life. It is law. Look for things you appreciate, not the things that disappoint you. Okay, so Leo could be dealing with Taurus, Aries, Sagittarius, and Scorpio are the primary signs I'm seeing here. But again, it's general. That part can resonate or not. Take it or leave it. Let's go to, where in the Virgo? Oh, it's over here. Let's go to Virgo. Okay. All right. Thank you, Debbie. That's right, Jan. You're never off your path. Remember that. All right. Virgo. Okay. Virgo. Oh, happy birthday, Randy. Randy is one of my friends. Go ahead, girl. Happy birthday. Sorry, she's Virgo. Okay, Virgo. The very first image I got was actually of American Eagle Outfitters. It's a store. But then I also saw, so some of you are going shopping. I don't know, Randy, are you going shopping for your birthday? But also I saw an actual eagle, like an American eagle, which to me is very symbolic, speaking of what does the eagle represent? Freedom, right? Freedom. So, and also, I'm not sure the full spiritual meaning of American Eagles, but maybe look that up yourself, Virgo, as to what else that could mean for you. But that's what I saw. So let's get into it for my Virgos. You have the Knight of Swords. This is the card of drama. That's not probably what you want to hear near your birthday season. But it also could be just a lot of communication coming in. Be careful, Virgo, about who you're communicating with, especially if it is surrounded by drama or about drama, or maybe you're the one stirring up the drama. I'm not really sure. Somebody could be bringing this to you, but that is your caution here with the Knight of Swords. Let's see what the other cards have to say. All right. Card of Flowering, slowing down Existence and stress. The other thing, I was getting a Kid Rock song as well. He says, I've been sitting here trying to find myself. It's actually one of my favorite Kid Rock songs. So maybe some of you have been in that like self-reflective period of trying to find yourself, or you have the card of existence here. This to me is like questioning the bigger picture. Like, what am I doing here? Right? What's my purpose? Where am I headed? Those type of thoughts. And rightfully so around your birthday, right? Because we only get so many birthdays on this earth. You have the flowering card and slowing down, which is this beautiful feminine energy here. So this is literally about taking care of yourself, coming into your own space, coming into your own self, slowing down, taking your time, not rushing into things, using this time to self-reflect and do kind things for yourself will be very helpful to you, especially if there's stress. So I'm picking up stress here, and you can see like this guy is juggling all these different things, right? And then he's balancing on a balloon that's about to be popped. And that's what happens, right? It all comes falling down when you're when you're trying to juggle too many things at once, when you're getting stressed out, when you're not paying attention to the details anymore. That's when things fall apart. That's when you make mistakes. That's when, the balloon pops, so to speak. So be careful about that. That's why they're saying don't really entertain drama or start drama, because it will interfere with your mental health, especially if you're already stressed, especially if you have already things going on within your life right now. Let's see what else. The Four of Wands, the Hangman, the Emperor. One more. And the Queen of Pentacles. So I like this because I feel like things are stabilizing for you. The Four of Wands is like having fun. And I hope that my Virgos are having fun. It's your birthday season, right? So this is about like friendships, going out, having fun, having a good time. The Hangman here is like getting a new perspective on what your next move is going to be. Now, the Emperor is somebody who likes to be very strategic, right? He's got a chess piece here. So this is very strategic energy about what their next move is going to be. And I feel like that's your energy, Virgo. So being very strategic about that. Queen of Pentacles. This is, look at that. She ain't bothered by nobody and nothing that does not deserve her attention. So, I feel this is you, Virgo. I feel you are, especially my feminines, okay? Because there's two different ways I can read this, but it could be masculine or feminine. I feel like right now you're more interested in, being around people that make you feel good or doing things that feel good. Changing the direction of where your focus is, strategizing, staying in control, and knowing your worth, which is a beautiful energy to be in. The other way I could read this is if say this, because this is not Virgo energy, say this is somebody you're dealing with, the Emperor. This is Virgo energy here. You could be dealing with somebody, right? Or if you, especially if you're a masculine Virgo, you could be strategizing your next plan, your next move, whatever. So Virgo, you might be dealing with a masculine who's doing this, and you're just over here, right? Doing your thing. Did you hear my belly rumble? I'm sorry, I'm hungry. What time is it? Oh my gosh, I've been on here for over an hour. All right, let's see what the guidance is then for you, Virgo. Why does my eye keep itching? Sorry, it's driving me nuts. Okay, you actually have two cards here. You have the card of cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body needs care and attention. It's time for spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing of your body. And then I have, when I appreciate, I feel so very good. Appreciation is the secret to life. Become a person who appreciates and you will thrive. You will fulfill your reason for being. All right, so zodiac signs you may be connecting with, by the way, Virgo. I have Earth and Air and Aries. So Aries, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But again, it's the general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's go to Libra. Libra. Okay. So Libra, I was picking up facial features, which is a little bizarre, specifically the eyes of somebody. And freckles. So you could have those features. You could be dealing with somebody with those features, or I don't know, that could have been random. What was interesting about the eyes of the person that the image that was shown to me, I felt it was more masculine than feminine energy, but take it as it resonates. They seemed, what's the word? It wasn't like loving, soft eyes. It was kind of the opposite of that. Tyrannical, I don't know. I'm having trouble coming up with the words to explain the expression. I don't know. Take it or leave it. Listen, the eyes will always give someone away as far as what their soul is like, because the eyes are the window to the soul. And have you ever met somebody that just has like the kindest eyes? I don't know how to describe what those look like, but they're usually like softer, bigger. Sometimes the pupils are dilated a little bit more, brighter. Like you can tell. Whereas like if you look at pictures of like sociopaths or narcissistic people, their eyes, their pupils tend to be dilated, and there's like a harshness there. There's a disconnect, a blankness. That's what it is. It's like a blank stare almost. Like the eyes don't give off the emotion, right? The way maybe like somebody who's really connected to their spirit would give off while you're speaking to them. So I don't know, that's eyes 101. Like, that's why I say, like, when you're looking to see the genuine, if somebody's genuine or authentic, don't do it via writing or text or even phone. Like, if you really want to have a genuine conversation, you got to be looking in their eyes. You gotta be looking in their eyes, because the eyes will tell you everything. The eyeballs will tell you everything. You know what I mean? So, what a weird message. Let's see what else. The moon. Pisces energy. Some of you could have Pisces in your chart or be connecting with the Pisces. This is very spiritual, emotional, in tune, connected energy. It also highlights the dream states. Sometimes can be responsible for vivid dreaming or nightmares. Be careful about that. I just had a nightmare last night, actually. I write my dreams down. I journal my dreams. I don't know why. It's something I like to do, but that may help you. Sometimes I'll look back at dreams that I've journaled before, maybe even years later, and be like, wow, that made so much sense. But I couldn't see it at the time. You know what I mean? So pay attention to the overall emotion and theme that you're feeling in your dreams, because it could be spirit and intuition speaking to you. Sometimes the moon is also confusing, though. Sometimes it's secretive. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. That type of energy. So stay balanced, Libra. So let me see what else. Let's see what else for Libra. I have a song coming through. Slow hands. Slow hands. What the heck? Did I do Libra's reading yet? Yes, I did for this year. Or this month. Oh, there's the dream state showing up. What? Okay. This is very interesting. First of all, I want to highlight this. What was I just talking about? The dreams. The dream state. Okay? Whatever you're giving attention to in your conscious mind during the day, whatever you're giving your the majority of your focus to during the day is playing into your dream state, and your dream state's trying to reflect it back to you, right? To show you what you've got going on a vibrational level. So pay attention to it. If the dreams feel scary or fearful, that means you're giving too much attention and thought to something that does not serve you. And you need to change your focus, okay? You have the card of laziness, conditioning, and guilt. Now, that's an interesting combo. Libra, do you feel guilty for relaxing? Are you somebody who always feels like you got to be doing something or a busybody to be productive or worthy? Like, when you finally take a moment, a day, a couple of days to do nothing, do you feel guilty about that? Because you shouldn't. Some of you have been conditioned to believe that if you're not always doing something, you're lazy. And that's wrong. Because actually, doing nothing, being lazy, and like letting yourself have a relaxing day is actually good for your mind and your body and your soul. It actually regenerates your body, mind, and soul. I'm not saying like you want to stay in that state forever, because you'll never get anything accomplished that you came here to get accomplished. But Jesus, relax, and don't feel bad about it. And don't feel bad about it. Now, the other way I can read this is you could have taken that unconsciously, that idea that laziness is not a good thing, and you could be projecting that. So say you have somebody around you who's lazy as shit, and you're always criticizing them in your mind. Meanwhile, you're not letting yourself rest, or not even letting yourself feel okay about doing nothing. And you're mad at the other person for doing nothing, because essentially they're doing what you want to do. That's why you're mad at them. They're doing what you want to do, but you won't allow yourself to do it because it makes you feel bad when you do it. There's a whole psychology behind that, right? Let others be. Let them do what they're going to do. It's not yours to judge or determine, right? Mm-hmm. But if they're going to be lazy, then you get to be lazy too. What a weird, simplistic message. And it doesn't, I'm making this about laziness because that's what card came out. But it really could be that you've just conditioned yourself to feel guilty all of the time for shit you shouldn't feel guilty about. And because you feel guilty about it, you then project judgment or blame towards other people that are maybe doing the things that you want to do, but you feel guilty about doing. And you see, if that's what's happening, Libra, there's inner work that needs to go around that to remove yourself from feeling guilty, and also remove yourself from judging, okay? Whether that's self or others, right? Or maybe there's somebody around you that is criticizing, judging, or whatever, and making you feel guilty, and you didn't even do anything. Okay, that's their problem, not your problem. You know what I mean? Don't let that affect you. Because when people project, it's not about you. It's about them. It's about what they got going on up here. You know what I mean? Like, you could have, people often are, that are not like self-aware, you know what I mean? Like, I call them sleepwalkers. They will often project judgment onto you for the shit they do. You know what I mean? Like, they could be the laziest person in the world and yet call you lazy because you sat down for a second. You know what I mean? Or like cheaters, right? What do cheaters usually do? They usually be like, are you accusing you of being dishonest or cheating? Why? Because that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Those are just a few examples, right? And then you're walking around feeling guilty, like something's wrong with you. And that's because you're taking their projection and you're making it a part of your identity. And it's not. It's their identity. It's their identity. Your identity has nothing to do with that. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. Ace of Cups. The Sun. Yay. What? No, no, no. Okay. Let's talk. Love. 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 What is this? All right. So this is like loving yourself, having self-worth, feeling connected, letting the love flow, being yourself, strong, very confident energy, connected to the light, lots to offer, lots on offer. And yet, abandonment, aloneness, misunderstood. Now, some of you, this guilty conscience that I was talking about actually stems from a sense of abandonment. This could have been from early childhood, you know, and you carried it with you, where you perceive, Libra, that you need to be everything for everyone while you diminish yourself, and nobody returns that to you because of fear of abandonment. That's a deep-rooted conditioned early childhood issue that, you know, is something to look at. Now, not all of you is it that deep. Some of you, it's just like, damn, I got all this love to give and I feel so connected and I feel so strong in my energy, and yet nobody appreciates me. But you don't need anybody else to appreciate you for you to appreciate you. See? And when you leave them out of it, it all becomes very clear and easy. So when you leave other people's opinions out of it, or a person who maybe plays on your insecurities or guilt, it's no longer relevant. Make this irrelevant, because it is irrelevant. All right. So let's see what the cards, guidance cards, have to say. Nature. It's time to absorb the healing properties that nature offer you. Your mind, body, and soul needs nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. Taurus got that message too about like being outdoors and near the water. So connect with some nature here. That sounds simplistic, but it's actually quite healing. Could be dealing with a Leo. I have double Leo here, but I also have Pisces energy. These are the only signs I'm seeing. Could be in your chart or their chart, or I think it's general, so it doesn't have to be any of those signs, but yeah. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. Hoo-wee. Are you outside listening by the breeze? Hold on, I just have to take a breather for a second. We're on the 8th zodiac sign out of 12, so almost there. My back is hurting now. Scorpio. Oh, you're at the park under a tree? I'm jealous. I wanted to do this live outside today. I just thought it would be too noisy. All right, Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio, it's a song, and I can't remember the name of the girl, but she basically says, "I gotta get out of here." I ask myself, what am I doing here? Oh, here. It's basically like she's removing herself from situations, people, places, like that do not fit her energy, her persona, her personality. And in the song, she's questioning, like, why am I here? Why am I even here? That type of vibe. And as I say that, you have the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. the Seven of Swords in this deck is theft and endings. But, and you got, and a thief of the night. I don't know if there's actual theft going on, or that's just like symbolically speaking, like feeling like somebody stole something from you. Like they stole your soul or something. I don't know. This seems very deep to me, especially if it's surrounded by an ending or a betrayal or deceit or deception, whether this is coming from you or this, you know, somebody you're dealing with, Scorpio. Some of you feel like you need to remove yourself from a situation or a person, right? Especially if there's that weird off energy around it. Some of you have already had to do that because there was an ending here, and because there was something false or like a false facade going on here. So let's see. Oh, here. I ask myself, what am I doing here? I used to know all the lyrics to that song, but I haven't heard it in probably like a decade. I don't know. A very, very long time. Slowly coming back to me though. Okay. Sharing, intensity, the dream. Oh, Alessia Cara. Yes, thank you. That's what it is. Okay, and receptive mode. So I do like this. Listen, especially for my Scorpios who have had an ending, you're bouncing back from that. And I got that in your monthly Scorpio reading. The title of it was The Tables Have Turned. Go watch that if you haven't watched it yet. But for those of you who've went through an ending, right, you're intensely, quickly bouncing back from that into this energy, which is all about reciprocity, sharing, giving. Some of you are opening yourself up to a dream that you've had. Some of you have had a premonition or a premonition type dream. And if you're open and receptive mode, that dream becomes a reality during this time frame, during this window. Okay? Be careful about not oversharing, Scorpio, or be careful about sharing your energy with shiesty ass MFers. Okay? That are looking to take advantage. Especially if you had an ending or a betrayal here. Do not be opening yourself back up to that energy. You have the past here. Could be people from the past coming forward. Okay? Maybe you've dreamt about that and now it's becoming a reality, something of that nature. Like maybe you all of a sudden have a dream about somebody from your past and then boom, there they are. Either calling, texting, or at the grocery store, you run into them or whatever, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So be aware of that. And always be the people you don't want to run into that you run into. Right? Or maybe some of you want to. I don't know. But be careful because we're in a shadow period right now. We just had a new moon. It was a black moon. Okay, very shadowy energy. 5 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Oh, too many cards. Justice. Justice. Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I don't know what that's about. That's a side note. Be careful about misinformation, Scorpio, or do not misinform somebody, especially if it is for manipulative reasons, because it's going to bite you in the ass and it's going to cause an ending. All right. Because sometimes we are not the ones always on the right side of the energy. FYI. But that's just for a few of you. For the rest of you, this is a sense of disconnection. Like something's not adding up, right? Or there's a disconnection here going on energetically, or maybe with another person, something like that. The Seven of Pentacles is minding your own business and plugging away at what you need to accomplish, what you need to do, like your day-to-day activities, you know. And the Four of Pentacles is keeping things to yourself. So some of you, you're disconnecting on purpose, keeping things to yourself, you know, focusing on your day-to-day. And this is purposeful, right? Because it's bringing you balance, okay? And it's going to bring you balance. That's the encouragement, actually, to disconnect from the things that bother you or trigger you or have hurt you, you know, for this time period, this week. Focus on things that, like, keep you in your own lane. This ain't the time to be spilling secrets or information or nothing like that. Keep it to yourself and stay balanced. Now, who is this? This is not you. This is somebody you're dealing with. You have a feminine energy here. I heard a stuck-up bitch. Not lying. Those are my words, by the way, not Spirit. Spirit does not speak like that, but that's my interpretation because it's got to come through my vessel. And that's how I talk. So just to keep it real. Who is this? Or maybe you're being that way. Maybe you have reason to be that way if you're a feminine Scorpio. But I actually feel this is not you. No, it's not. It's somebody that's quite defensive at a distance, you know, is insecure, but they try to pretend to be secure. I don't know what this has to deal with you at all. This is somebody you've walked away from, or they have walked away from you. Why are they here then? Oh, they're coming forward. Some of you have somebody coming forward or near you, or a run-in coming through with somebody who is from the past, or you walked away from, they walked away from you. They've been very guarded, defensive, uncertain at the same time, insecure and yet secure, which doesn't make sense. It's like a false sense of security here, a false sense of worth here. And there's some weird movement going on with this person, whether they're coming, there's a run-in here of some sort, or an energetic run-in. What the hell is this about? I feel this is a feminine energy, but it's a general, so it could be feminine or masculine. And they like to be taken care of. Okay, that's not going to be for all of you. I even have a very much more specific energy, but I'm going to tell you this is only going to be for 1% of you, but I'm going to say it because I see it. Some of you, you've got someone here pregnant. I feel this is for my masculine Scorpios. You've got someone pregnant. You may not know this, but they may be coming forward to tell you soon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So for my Scorpios, my masculine Scorpios who are not looking to have a baby, wrap it up. Some of you, too late. It's on the way. It's on the way. Yikes. Okay, obviously that's for like 1%. And I usually would go that specific, but I saw it, so I'm going to say it. All right, you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Cancer, a Libra, Capricorn. And you know, well, I also want to say this, because some of my masculine Scorpios, sorry, I was going for the devious ones, but now that I think about it, You could be a masculine Scorpio who has wanted a baby, you know? And if so, I guess that's good news. But for some reason, I feel like for most of you, it's just weird, the energy around it, because there's a lot of defensiveness and weirdness around it. So I'm thinking it's like good news, but not good news for even if you were planning it. I don't know. I'm just saying what I see. All right, let me leave it there. I don't want to go any further anymore. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Somebody said, spill that tea. It's weird because in these general readings, I don't know whose tea I'm spilling. I'm just saying what I see. That's what I saw. So I'm just the messenger. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Thank you, Ryan. Okay. That one took me a minute because it was really kind of weird what I was picking up. I was seeing I was seeing antennas, like a cell phone tower antenna. And then it turned into one of those dowsing rods. Do you guys know what dowsing rods are? They're like two rods that you hold in your hand and you ask spirit questions and they go in and out for yes or no answers. I've actually wanted to buy those. If I buy those, will you guys watch me do those on video? Because I think they're fascinating. Fascinating. So I don't even know what to make of that, Sagittarius. Are you asking spirit for answers? Spirit is with you, of course, sending you signs, and you don't need dowsing rods, by the way, to speak to spirit. You can just simply clear your mind and you will hear the voice, and it will sound like your voice, but it will be much smarter than you, and that's how you know. At least that's how I know. Actually, mine does come through in a different voice than mine, but that's because I practiced it for so long. But anyways, you don't need an antenna, right, to connect with spirit. But also the antenna is representative to me of like communication and cell phones. And I don't know why that would be important or of any sort of relevance, but we'll see. We'll see. You have the card of inspiration and the devil, Capricorn energy here for some of you. So I love that the inspiration card is here, and I actually don't mind that this card is here because it actually speaks of breaking free from something and having your freedom. So right now, Sagittarius, you could be really inspired to break loose of whatever bondage this is, whether it's like bondage you're placing on yourself through limiting beliefs or restrictions you've placed on yourself, or it's situations, people, things that just don't serve you, you know, and now you're feeling inspired, right, to break that chain or to remove yourself from that energy. But let's go a little bit further. healing, creativity, breakthrough, woohoo, trust. I feel a little bit overwhelmed, but like in a positive way, but overwhelmed nonetheless. They want you to prioritize your healing. Take the time that you need to heal yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? Your creative pursuits. You might have a breakthrough here. You might break free from something or have some sort of breakthrough. And you're being asked to trust right now, okay? Because this kind of has tower energy in it for me. It's like the unfamiliar, the unknown, okay? But you're being asked to trust that, listen, sometimes the most spiritual growth we go through is through the unknown, is not being afraid to make a change, take a leap, make a choice. And Sagittarius, you're a freaking Sagittarius. You are travelers, you are wanderers, you go to the beat of your own drum, you know what I mean? You're typically not very afraid of much. But that doesn't mean that you don't have your own self-limiting beliefs or barriers that may be unconscious or unknown to you. And if that's the case, I feel like they are becoming known because you are having a breakthrough, and it's going to require a little bit of trust, right? Let's see what else. Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Heavy. It feels heavy. The Moon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Three of Swords. All right, so I'm just going to give it to you straight, Sagittarius. This is extremely heavy emotion. This is feeling like, you know, you're at your wit's end, that things are difficult, things are heavy, that, you know, you feel also alone in this, like nobody understands how you feel or what you're going through or what you've got on your back right now. You know, this is a sense of feeling overwhelmed emotionally, like I can't take that, you know, drowning. And then this is like, what do I do? Like, how do I get out of this feeling? This is a feeling, by the way. It's temporary. A lot of people take their feelings and start believing that this is going to be forever. You're not going to feel that way every day. You're not. You're not. Things are going to change. You're actually being asked to trust because through this emotion is a breakthrough coming through, whether you can see it or not, right? So I feel on an emotional level, there's definitely a struggle going on here. Now, if this isn't you, it could be that you're connecting with somebody, but it would be a very deep connection, by the way. It'd be like you could feel this person's emotions and it's impacting you in the same way. But you have the Knight of Wands here. Okay. Now, the Knight of Wands is unbothered. The Knight of Wands is like, okay, I felt that. And now I'm not going to let it bother me anymore. It's a conscious choice to take action towards the better feeling things, the better feeling spaces, the better feeling people, to feel inspired, to cut the cord, to break free, to have a breakthrough for your own healing, for your own well-being, and to trust. That's exactly what's happening here on an energetic level. Yeah, so let's see the person or people you're connecting to. No, why did I say that? I meant the guidance card. Okay, because some of you, this heaviness is somebody you're connecting to. And you're just trying to be unbothered. Or maybe to help lighten them up in a more positive sense. Say if it's somebody that you're very in tune and close with, right? So there's two ways I can read that. All right, what's the guidance? Hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is always hope. Yes. All right, zodiac signs you could be connecting with or having your own chart. I have Pisces, I have Scorpio, and Capricorn. Those are the primaries, but again, general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Woo! Capricorn. Okay. Now, guys, I don't usually do this. Hey, Blue Mountains Tarot. I didn't know you still watched me. I hope your page is doing really well. Anyways, I don't usually do this, okay? But the usual me is dead. So, I'm just kidding. I'm on my healing journey. So right now, part of my healing journey is being blunt and expressing myself. So before I go to Capricorn, I want to say this. There is a Capricorn female who is obsessed with me, who wanted my life, who wanted my marriage, and watches everything I do. And bitch, if you're in here, goodbye. Bye-bye. Because the Capricorns I'm getting ready to read for are not even close to the vibrational level you're on. Go away. Bye-bye. Stop stalking me. Okay. So, it's weird because women will hate you and want to be you at the same fucking time. But you will never be me. You will never. Okay, so I just want to preface it by saying this is for all my Capricorns except that hoe. The rest of you, welcome to stay. Sorry I had to be blunt. That's not spiritual, but I also don't care. I also don't care. Okay. All right, who saw this out here? I love you guys too. I had to say it. I had to say it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done now. Let me concentrate for the Capricorns that I love and adore that are here for the right reasons. Okay. Anyway, I do want to say this. Sorry. Whoever timestamps my video, make sure you timestamp before I said that so that the stalker can see the message. Thank you. Okay, back to my back to my original. Let me meditate. I gotta get this off me immediately. Okay, Capricorn. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Anna Bo Banana. I love your name as well. Okay, Capricorn. I was seeing palm trees. I was seeing ocean. I was seeing what looked to me a beautiful location. I don't know if y'all are thinking about traveling, or maybe you're lucky enough to live in a beautiful location like that. But I feel like a good trip, right? A good vacation, a good siesta, just a good Sunday maybe. Might be good for your health. Might be good for you. All right. But let's see. What else for my Capricorns? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is destiny. This is also karma. And people say, what is the difference between destiny and karma? Nothing. They're kind of the same thing, although karma has a more negative connotation with it than destiny. Because something could be destined and karmic at the same time, right? But I also think that the Wheel of Fortune talks about divine timing as well. So something is right on time for you, Capricorn. Let's see what else. Change. Celebration. Sorrow, courage. Okay, so this is interesting to me. I love that you have the card of change here, and it comes with a celebration. So I actually feel like this is a really positive change that's coming into your life, Capricorn. And this could be dealing with social events, friends, vacations, you know, people that are close to you. But I feel like there's something you're also battling or dealing with on an emotional level. And you have the card of sorrow. So it's quite literally spelling out what that is, you know, sadness, depression, things of that nature. But then you also have the card of courage. So it's like, you know, being able to work through your emotions, being able to understand your emotions, being... Some people think like sadness or crying or whatever is a sign of weakness. And I could not disagree more. I think the more in tune you are with your emotions, even the negative ones, the more you can feel it, the more you can process it. I'm actually terrified of people who are robotic and don't process emotions. That's a red flag, right? So allow yourself the courage and the strength to be vulnerable, to process your own emotions, to celebrate yourself as well. And there is a divine timed change also coming forward for you. So let's see what that's about. Oh, too many. You have the Strength card, the Six of Cups, slow hands. There's that song again. Whose reading was that in? Who else did I get that song in? I just got that song. Slow Hands. Somebody remind me because I've already forgotten. Okay, there's something here. All right. Does anybody remember what the other zodiac sign I got that in was? Here's that card of strength again. But there's something here, Capricorn, from your past that you're struggling with, period. A person, an event, an experience, maybe your own childhood, I don't know. The Five of Wands is also a sense of like always feeling like you need to compete or always feeling like you need to fight for what it is that you want for yourself. Okay? And when you're in that space, right, of feeling like you need to put forth action to make something happen, you're already behind the ball. Because true power actually doesn't come through making things happen, forcing them, manipulating them, or whatever. That's low-level energy that will always backfire. But the only way to actually allow it to happen is, and that's the key word, is to allow. That means you got to let go of control and what you think should happen and what you think you want. And you got to trust that the universe, if it's good for you, if it's right for you, whether it's a person, place, thing, or job, the universe will line it up for you. It will line it up for you. It will. It's not even a maybe, it's a when, right? But a lot of people get impatient. They don't have faith. They don't trust. So what they do is they try to force it, and then it backfires. Because that wasn't God's plan, that was your plan, right? So don't force outcomes. That's the biggest thing I could tell you. It will create sorrow. Do not force outcomes, especially when it comes to like people from the past, you know, dealing with old shit, old news, old whatever. Instead, they're saying, just stand in your strength, Capricorn. Stand in your strength, know your values, know what you're good at. This is like a sense of being productive and keeping yourself busy. And then let divine timing do the rest, because it will. It will. So let's see what the guidance is. It says, we know you're reaching out right now for help because of your current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's okay to accept support however it's presented to you. Nice. It's okay to accept support, Capricorn. All right. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with. I only see Leo here. But again, it's a general reading, so it could be any sign. I've got Leo twice and no other zodiac signs. So I take it as it resonates with you. And that could be in your chart, by the way. Aquarius! I know my Aquariuses are dying for the Aquarius reading, and I promise you it will be out next. Well, no. Capricorn will be out next, then Aquarius. This week. This week. Because I have connected with so many Aquariuses that are going through like the same thing I am. So I know you need your reading. It's coming. I promise. I promise. But let's get you a little short reading here. Aquarius. Ooh. Okay. So, Aquarius, I was actually getting the beginning. It's not a song. It is a song, but it wasn't the song. There's like an intro to the song. And he says, you better get out of here, kid. That's random, right? You better get out of here, kid. Who had a similar message? Scorpio did. If you have Scorpio in your chart, check that out. I have no idea where to go with that, but we shall see. Yeah. Sorry, I can't even embellish on that because I really don't know. To me, it felt like a warning, but not really. Which, you know, I never take lightly warnings. So if you're in a situation, right, or a place or around a person, okay, that doesn't make you feel comfortable in public or wherever, get out of there. Leave. Honor your intuition. This time period for all of the zodiac signs is about learning how to listen to your gut. Listen to your intuition, right? Also, if you know you have no business going somewhere or doing something, don't do it. Don't do it. Aquarius, you're smart. Be smart. Okay, you have the Two of Cups here. Classic. Carol, do you know what song I'm talking about? That's weird because the other word that I got was classic. That's classic. And I forgot. I forgot until you jogged my memory that was the word that I got. Classic. Okay, anyway, sorry. Two of Cups. It's partnerships, relationships being highlighted, soulmates, things of that nature. That's what's being brought to the forefront. Ah, look at that, caught it. So let's see what else for Aquarius. You have the card of healing. Completion. Innocence. And totality. Okay. So Aquarius, this time frame is all about your healing. It's about getting that final missing puzzle piece. Okay, and this is pertaining to relationships, which I knew I was going to get because so many of you have reached out to me. I know this is making sense to you. You have the card of innocence and totality, right? So innocence to me is like keeping your intentions pure, being innocent, you know. And, you know, the thing is when you keep your intentions pure and you're truly innocent, or you know, keep your vibration high, you have nothing to fear. That's why I was saying earlier that message I got in my meditation seems like a warning, but if you're truly in a high vibration, you're protected. So, and Abraham Hicks, who's my favorite, always says, if you feel a threat, that threat is not real, not when you're connected to your source. And fear is false evidence appearing real. So it could be that people are trying to look scarier than what they really are, or you're letting yourself worry about situations that you do not need to worry about, you know, or fear that you are vulnerable in a way that you are not. Okay? This is the card of totality. This is seeing the big picture, the total picture. And this is what's helping you heal. Okay, because there's like this healing phase going on for all of the Aquariuses right now. And then what it's healing around is mostly emotions, love, and relationships. Okay, the Emperor. The Two of Swords. And the Devil. And the Six of Cups. Ah! Aquarius. You have somebody here who's trying to control the narrative, Aquarius, whether that's to you or to the people around you or to the people around them. Okay. The Emperor is somebody who strategizes. They're playing chess. They're thinking about their next move. This is not you, by the way. This is not your energy. This is the Two of Swords. This is feeling unsure, uncertain, fearful, maybe of what somebody else's intentions are. This is my feminine Aquariuses, I feel. Well, I'm going to break it down to masculine and feminine because I have to. This is letting your negative thoughts, fearful thoughts, insecure thoughts get the best of you and getting sucked into them. Maybe you have a past history of doing that, or maybe this involves past history with another person. Aquarius, you are so much smarter than that. You are so much smarter than that. I'm going to look you in the eyes. You are so much smarter than that. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. If you're consuming yourself, right, with what somebody's moves, intentions, motives, whatever is, it's going to make you feel like shit. And by the way, put you in fear. And you don't want to dwell in that energy too long because you could attract what matches that. No. You want to see it for what it is. It is a false facade. It is words. Fake. It's fake. It's not real. I mean, it could be real, but it doesn't have the impact on you energetically that you think it's going to have. I want to see who the Emperor is. Hold on a second. Who is the Emperor? Who is the Devil? Okay. Yeah, tap into your higher perspective, Aquarius. So the Emperor energy, this has the Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups around it. This is somebody you have given a fair chance to. Okay, you probably had an ending or a betrayal around this person. This could be intimate. This could be a neighbor. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. It's going to be different for each of you. And some of you are, you don't know what to think. You don't know what to think. You may have even set boundaries, but you still are confused, uncertain, or feeling like pulled into the shadow. Maybe because of the past that you have or the things that you've developed in the connection, etc., etc. But I feel like, Aquarius, you have all the puzzle pieces you need. You're seeing the total picture. Remember that your intentions are all that matter. So if you have pure intentions, you don't have to worry about what anybody else is saying, doing, if they're spinning a narrative, if they're not, if the threats are real or not. It doesn't matter. Energetically speaking, law of attraction will not allow somebody to fuck with you if you stay in a high vibration. Period. Right? So it's about getting that higher perspective. It's about your healing. It's about becoming your best friend. It's not letting people get in your way. So I feel like this message is more for feminine Aquarius, but it could be my masculines as well. But I also, the other way I could read this is, say you are a masculine Aquarius. You could be trying to strategize, you know, provide, show love, show up, but yet you've either ended things or betrayed this person or something, and you're confusing the shit out of them. Like you're showing up differently than how you have in the past or something, or I don't know. Are you gaslighting? Be careful, right? Or somebody doing that to you, okay? So that's the other way I could read it. Let's see what the guidance is. All right, synchronicity and seek. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending to you? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from spirit. Pay attention to the signs. And then you got a second card. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and will all be connected to each other. So, there you go. All right, zodiac signs you could be connecting with. I have Capricorn. I have Aries. Cancer, Scorpio. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. But again, general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Pisces. Pisces. Okay. I got this song actually for another sign, but it was on the monthly reading, and it was One by One. I don't know any other lyrics but that part. One by one. One by one. I want to say it was maybe Sagittarius is reading One by One. I guess I could take that as like day by day, taking things day by day. I did feel like the energy was, what's the word? Wavy. And when I say wavy, I mean like it's wavering, not quite firm and stable, Pisces. And I feel this on an emotional level, but it's also not out of control and crazy or anything, you know? And I think that's why they want you to stay present and take it day by day. But if anybody knows the rest of the lyrics to that song, please tell me. It's the second time I've got it. That's the second time I've gotten that song, and I don't know any of the words. One by one. Okay, Six of Pentacles. I like this. This is grounded. This is logical. This is about generosity. It's about getting back what you give. You know, sometimes in a financial sense, this could be watching your money stack up or things improving for you financially speaking. On an energetic level, it could be talking about reciprocity in relationships, like connecting with people that are willing to give you what you give in a relationship or in a friendship or whatever dynamic this is. So I like that. Not ready. Conditioning, creativity. What else? Ordinariness. The miser. Now this is interesting to me because you have the card of conditioning and it's next to the card of creative and ordinary. And I feel like Libra. Oh, some of you could be connecting with Libra because I think Libra got this card. Pisces. Have you been conditioned to believe that you're just an ordinary girl or an ordinary guy, because you're not. You are diverse, you're unique, you are valuable, you are worthy, you are smart, you are talented. A lot of you have a lot of creative talents that you may or may not utilize. But when I see the card of conditioning next to creativity, it could sometimes mean that you suppress your own flair. You suppress your own creative self to fit in, to maybe because you don't think that it's anything special, or you've been conditioned to believe that perhaps you aren't special or something of that nature. Lies. You are. Every person on this earth has a spark of divine in them, and all of us are special and unique in our own ways. Some of you are afraid to like go for your dreams because it may disrupt your comfortable, like where you're comfortable at right now, which is fine, because we think we have to make all of these large accomplishments in life, but sometimes and oftentimes the best accomplishment you can make is simply just allowing yourself to have a good time, to be free, to be fun, to enjoy, right? The miser. Now, this is interesting because here I'm saying, like, financially speaking, money wants to make its entrance or improve. But with this energy, it can't. It prevents it. This thought, this mindset. The miser's mindset is lack mentality, like always worrying over the bills, always fearing there's not going to be enough, hoarding money because you never know when you're going to get more money. All of that mindset produces energy that literally prevents money flow from coming into your life, because money is energy. Money is energy. And how it flows into your life is based on your energy, your beliefs, and your thoughts about money. So how can you get it flowing in a positive sense in your direction? You got to let it flow. Thank God when the money comes, and thank God also when the money goes. Because money is not meant to be stagnant. It's meant to flow. It's meant to flow, right? So when it comes in, say thank you for my paycheck, and then when you got to pay your light bill, say thank you God, I was able to pay my light bill, and give thanks to the flow of the money. Give gratitude, genuine gratitude to that, and all of a sudden it's going to even out, and then you're going to start getting more than what you need. Okay? And you'll build positive momentum towards your idea of money. Also, where you see money, praise it. Do not hate rich people or people who have stuff that you don't have yet. Because in hating somebody who has something you want, you cannot get it. If I had that money, I'd be spending it this way and this way. But you don't. And you can't until you stop pushing against, judging, criticizing how other people spend their money, right? You got to praise it. Or just be neutral about it. Like, whatever is their money. When my money comes, not if, when my money comes, I'm going to give it back to the community. Okay? You know what I mean? That's how you change the flow of money into your life. It's energy work first. Then all of a sudden, is it just going to poof, fall into your bank account? No, we live in reality. But it's going to come logically, in a logical way. You might get a raise. You might find a better job all of a sudden. You might have overpaid something, forgot about it, then get a check in the mail. You might get left real estate or a trust fund. You might find a diamond ring at the park. I mean, there's lots of ways that it can come to you. There are infinite ways it can come to you, but you got to be open to that. And if you think money only comes through hard work and that one paycheck, that is the only way it will ever come into your life, because that's what you believe. You hear me? Because that's what you believe, and you only get what you believe in. You know how many people told me that tarot wasn't a real job? Here I am. You know what I mean? Like, oh, sorry. Turns out you can turn anything creative into whatever you want to turn it into. Whatever you want to turn it into, right? So Pisces, heavy emphasis on the finances and the energy flow. What else do we need to know? I used to, when I had very little money, I used to drive around very well-to-do, like rich neighborhoods. And I would just admire the shit out of those big, beautiful houses. In fact, the neighborhood I live in now is one of them that I used to drive around. I used to envision myself living in there. Never did I feel hate towards the people living here. Or it was like, they don't deserve that. No. Admiration, inspiration. I loved looking at the beautiful homes. And now I live in the neighborhood that I used to drive through. That's how you do it. You got to get that energy flowing in the right way. And then it's yours. All right, the Hierophant. The Eight of Swords. The Two of Pentacles. What are you up in the air about? Okay, some of you money, and we just talked about that. Okay. Everything's going to be all right, Pisces. Everything's going to be all right. Some of you are like praying to God, hoping, wishing, thinking, trying to keep yourself in balance, in alignment, committed to your own well-being. But damned if it's not easy to worry, to see the worst, to fear the worst, to feel like, when is this coming? How is this coming? Why hasn't it come yet? The person, the money, whatever this is you're looking for. But you're going to be all right, right? Like at the end of the day, you got you. So take this, discard it, and have faith and stand in that faith, because there's goodness coming your way here. This is the sun. This is connection. This is feeling happy. This is feeling in tune. This is things going your way. And the only person that can stop it from happening is you. One by one. Take it day by day. Every day this week, what is your goal for the day? Feel as good for as long as you can. Period. And don't beat yourself up if you can't, because that's counterproductive. That's it. That's the only goal. That's the only goal you have for this week. Feel good every day as long as you can. And then if you fail, don't beat up on yourself. Try again the next day. And you're going to start noticing a change in your energy, but also a change in the flow. A change in the flow. So what is the card? I must focus on wanted to manifest wanted. We would never go so far as to say that the behavior of others is responsible for the way you feel, because you actually have the power to focus and feel and attract despite what other people are doing. If every time you see something unwanted, you realize that in the same moment of your awareness of something wanted is keener, and you quickly turn your attention in the direction of now what you want instead of what you don't want, everything in your experience will improve. My true success is measured by my alignment. Alignment with Source, being inside your vortex of creation, becoming one with the true expanded version of you, is the ultimate selfishness. And yes, in that state of alignment, all good things must come to you. Every rocket of desire that you have launched will be fulfilled. True success is not the attainment of things, the achievement of tasks, or the achievement of financial abundance. True success is the coming into alignment with you. Yes, selfishly aligning with your desires, your clarity, your confidence, your knowledge, your love with yourself. Okie dokie. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with. I have Leo, Taurus, Leo again. But again, it's a general, so it doesn't have to be. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on my first Sunday live in like forever. I can't say I'm going to do these every single Sunday, but I'm going to stay consistent with it. So I'm going to try and do them as many Sundays as I can and I'm able. So put me back on your rotation. Subscribe so you don't miss a notification. Help me regrow my channel. You guys have been doing awesome. You can do that by sharing, liking, comment. After this video posts, comment below it. Get me back in that algorithm so that I can have this channel thrive and continue to give you the content that you want. I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, a going and a flowing. My Facebook is more on the personal side, but I just did a new moon live, and before that I did a live about the full moon. I also do daily readings over there for the collective, so Tarot Time with Dana is the name of my Facebook. I believe it's linked below, but I can't remember. My TikTok is TTWD, also linked below. That's just more for, I don't know. TikTok is new to me. I'm trying, but support me over there. I'm trying. And then I have Instagram, Tarot Time with Dana as well, also linked below. Check me out there. Private readings. If you're interested, I'm only opening 10 slots. I can tell you they're already almost full, but that doesn't mean I can't get you on the next round. Tarot Time with Dana 1@gmail.com is my email, or you can go to my website, tarottimewithdana.com, send me a message from there, ask to be on the list. It's $120 for 20 minutes. They're recorded readings, but they're personal and private to you, and I'll send it to you via email. If you want to have an FaceTime with me reading, it's going to be $140. Those are only 20 minutes, but I have a few available spots for that as well. So message me, let me know. Love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me on your Sunday. Until next time. Namaste, my friends. Bye.